Hi everybody, it's me, Carrie, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Farmington Hills, kind of cleaning things up here apparently, while I wait for y'all to pop on and get my tablet ready. So, here we are. You can see my camera's kind of at a weird angle, but hopefully it'll be okay. Alrighty, I see my video, so this is good. Just trying to get it to work. There we are. And hopefully I will be able to see comments as you pop on. So when you do, please say hello and tell me how you are doing on this very cold Tuesday morning. At least here in Michigan, it's very cold. So if I'm a little out of breath, I was on my treadmill, so that could be part of my problem. And I realized I didn't grab a couple things, so hold on. You know me, I forget stuff. So I gotta grab this so I can clean, and it dried out a little. So this is what happens when it dries out, you guys. Your regular chamois. My chamois for this is completely dried out too, and I'm just going to spray this. So I have some water on it when I need to clean off a stamp. Okay, so in case you can't guess by what's laying here in front of me, we are going to do Paper Pumpkin. This month's Paper Pumpkin, I think you guys know that last month, this month, and next month, they kind of are going to coordinate, and they do have a small die set that is available. So if you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you can get that little die set. I did not order it. It has the word love. It has some little leaves and things. So I did not order it. As far as I know, they are still available. It comes with a Stampin' Spot in Gorgeous Grape. I, of course, grabbed my Gorgeous Grape, and I grabbed a Gorgeous Grape marker because we're going to use that. It comes with some twine, which I love. Love, love, love. By the way, we did hear that there is a unorderable on the white baker's twine in the multi-pack. Apparently, they're going to separate them back out. Remember how in this catalog they put 3 colors together? Well, they're going to take that apart, which I'm happy about. I'm really happy about that, because if you use one color, white for instance, and then you have to order the other colors, how many of the other colors do you really need? So, you know, that's kind of exciting. Okay, so I have a couple of things, and I have them sort of laid out so that I remember what it is I was planning to do with them. So forgive me for just a minute. Oh, this is the package it comes in. Okay, and I do have those cards made, so I will show you the Stampin' Up! Cards. This is all I have left. I have one of the little loves and all of these little labels. That's all I have left. It did come with it came with 8 of these envelopes. They're plain white on the front, but they've got this beautiful inside, which you guys know you can cut up and use as DSP if you want to. I chose not to do that because they're not like overly exciting, and I think sometimes it's fun to send an envelope with a pretty liner, so I did not change those. Do you guys agree with me on that? That sometimes you just want a pretty liner? The other question I have about liners is how many of you remember the die that we had that you could cut out perfect liners? Love that die. I still have it. No, I'm not selling it. People ask me for it often enough. Oh, and under here, oh, that's the labels I already told you about. Okay, so there's the envelopes. It came with dots, dimensionals, the stamp set, which you can see better here. This I thought was kind of cool. They didn't put the images on the plastic this time. They put it on this because I know a lot of you are buying the small Stampin' Up! Cases that look like this, and you're putting your paper pumpkins in those, and so this will help you fit it in there, and then you can just stick them to the box like you do when you get a regular stamp set. So I thought that was kind of cool. It was the first time I saw that. I knew it was coming, but still very cool. And then that's my extra envelopes and stuff. So let me get these things out of the way and put them over there. Then I need my paper trimmer, because the first thing I'm going to do, you can kind of see I've got stuff. I tend to set stuff out and then I forget, what was I going to make? How was I doing this or that or the other thing? So this was me remembering what I was going to do with stuff. So I'm going to take this. Oh, let me show you. I'm so out of it. I'm also going to use these gems. They did not come with the paper pumpkin. Hey, Adam. These are the purple fine shimmer gems. They are $8. They are in the mini catalog. They are new in the mini, and they are variegated in color. If you guys can see, I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but they kind of go, these are all pretty dark, but these go dark and then there's lighter. So it's very cool. It's in the perennial lavender suite. I don't remember the colors. I apologize for that, but we are going to be using those. And here are the projects that Stampin' Up! Suggested. They're so pretty, right? They're just very pretty. So I like this with love because, like I've said before, I don't send a ton of Valentines, maybe to my kids, to my husband. That's about it. But this with love, you could send this to a friend anytime. Hey, thinking of you, happy birthday, whatever. So I like that, and that's obviously made with this card front. And then there's this one, which I think is really pretty. I did keep it Happy Valentine's Day just to stick with what Stampin' Up! Suggested. But can you see that shimmer? That shimmer is, it's a lavender color. It's a purple. It's not silver. So I don't know if you guys can tell that on screen. But this was what was inside there. This pops out and you can see it has it. Now I did make this one a little bit differently because I am a book reader. I do like to read books. And I know I can get things on Kindle and blah, blah, blah. No, I am tactile. I'm a crafter. I want to touch and everything. So I like a nice bookmark, and the picture, I put it away. The picture had a different sentiment and it had it off to the side. I think this would be really cute with gems and stuff on it, but I don't want gems and stuff in when I'm closing up my book. I want it to stay nice and flat. So I changed it up and I picked Hello Friend because my books they are my friends. Sometimes you feel like, you know, you're going back for the 17th time to read about Darcy and Miss Bennet, and your heart twitterpates still every time they're together. Or maybe that's just me. I don't know. Adam's on, he'll tell you. That's definitely me. All right, so those are the three that are designed by Stampin' Up! Okay, so I'm going to take this card and I am going to cut off this flowery section at 3 3/4. That's my score blade. And then I'm going to trim it down to 5. And I'm going to use it later. So I'm going to save that piece to use later. And I'm going to set that over here. That'll be our next card. Okay, so now we've got this little weirdness here, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this the wrong way. So it is like that. And I'm going to use my bone folder to get a really nice crease on here. Now, I'm going to tell you right now that this is a card where if you're going to want to write something, you're going to write it on the back, most likely, because of the way I am designing it. So, what I'm going to do with these pieces is I am going to just tuck them through this hole, because they've got that white space, and I'm just going to attach them in these little spots. This is where glue dots are really handy. And so I am going to use the glue dots. I know you guys are thinking, glue dots, Carrie, what's with the liquid glue not being broken out? Well, you can use liquid glue, but you know, sometimes I even have to remind myself that Stampin' Up! Has a boatload of other awesome adhesives, and one of them is the glue dots. I think I've showed you guys this tip before. If you tie just a knot with some ribbon around your glue dot ring, it helps keep this piece on. I don't know how many of you guys have had it happen where this gets all like crazy loose, and then all of a sudden you've got glue dots stuck to your box, right? And you've lost glue dots and you've made a mess of your box. So here's what I'm going to do. I know that it is literally the tip, so I can see it is the tip of this one, the tip of that one, and the tip of this one, and then down here is where I want glue dots. So now when you're doing this one, if you copy this design, I am putting the glue dots on the back side of the flowers, but I'm going to put it on the front side of the base. I guess we'll call it the base. So now I'm going to flip it over and put a few glue dots here onto this little strip. Okay, you can put on more if you want. Then I'm going to slide it inside, but before I glue that base piece down, I want to get these pieces where I want them. And I know that I don't want any of that white stem part to show. Sometimes you need 4 hands, don't you think? I do. I do seriously think that on occasion. So I got to figure out how I'm getting this to fit. And it just barely fits. Now, here's another tip for you. I can feel that there's glue dot sticking out of these two. Just a tiny bit. So you can take your, hang on, embossing buddy or some baby powder and just tap it. And what that does is it sticks to the adhesive, and now it's not adhesive anymore. So now it's no longer sticky there. So that's a good thing. Sorry about that loud noise. I keep forgetting to tell it to not give me messages while I'm doing a video. Sorry. Okay, so now what's really cool is I can see that all of this is empty, and I can tear this off to throw away, and my glue dots are secure and safe, and they're not going to stick to the box. So I can put those away and all is well. So that's good. All right, so now here's where we are. Now I'm going to take some tear and tape, and remember this piece that I cut. I'm trying to find the end. I know it's here. There it is, finally. And I am going to put this towards the folded side. Not completely on it, but towards it. You can do a double row if you feel that that's the better thing to do. I think one is sufficient. Now, rub it with a bone folder. That helps increase your fold line. Because it is folding the wrong way. You guys understand that, right? It's folding the wrong way because this card is meant to fold this way with it white inside, and I have it folding the other way. So that's why it's struggling with this idea. So just, you know, give it some bone folding and it'll be fine. Then forgot to grab my take your pick tool again, but I have my trusty snips for this, and just pull off. There you go. Now to line this up, I'm going to take these two pieces and I'm going to set them on the glass mat like so. Get them lined up and then tap. And there you go. There is the first card. Now what I forgot to do was I was going to stamp a sentiment up here, but now I have a little lump there, so I don't want to do it because I forgot. I'm sorry. But you can see how you could stamp a sentiment up in that corner if you wanted. And so I think I could. I was going to do hello friend. I was going to do it up here. But you can determine where you're at, and you can write your message here and here, or you can write it on the back. Just remember to put your name on the back. I have a little stamp, but sign your name, because when you make it yourself, everybody should know. But anyway, that's my first one. That's simple and plain, but I broke out these awesome dots from the mini catalog. And if you look, because it is made with the lavender, perennial lavender suite, which, by the way, matches last month, this month, and next month's Paper Pumpkins. So I can use any color I want on this. And look, this is matching the dark purple, so that can go. There's a medium purple in here, or I guess I should say lavender, so that can go. And I'm going to set that one right down there. And then there's a very light purple, which I'm going to put next to this one. So I just think gems are the bomb. I love them. So it just gives it yet another sparkle. And don't forget, I said that this beautiful outline is the same. It's a lavender. It's beautiful. It's so shiny. I hope you guys can see that somehow. It is so pretty. Okay, so that's your first card. Then I'm going to take the piece. Remember, I cut this one to 3 3/4 by 5. And this is a piece of, I think it's Gorgeous Grape. Hold on. No, it is. Yes, it is. It's Gorgeous Grape. I am quick. And this is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to go ahead and put, yep, okay, I had to remember what I was doing. Remember I said, you know, with Paper Pumpkin, I don't order the extra kits. I know some demonstrators do. I do not. I just don't make that investment. I apologize, but, you know. Okay, so now that's on there. And that's going to go on the front of this pool party, which seems odd, but if you look at the colors that coordinate with this Paper Pumpkin, this is one of the colors, and it really is in these little leaves. There's a part of them that are a light pool party color, which makes them very cool. Yes, I would suggest putting a piece of basic white inside for where you're going to write your sentiment, or if you're going to stamp or decorate the inside, definitely do. I don't always do that on videos, as you guys know. I rarely do it on videos, actually, but it is a nice little thing to do. So I've got that set aside. Now I know I'm going to want to put this love on there, and this was there just kind of giving me an idea. But I'm going to stamp on this, and I don't want this, I don't want it past this blue line, or this lavender line. So I'm taking a little Post-it note, just a little one, and I'm lining it up right with that line. And I'm going to grab a second one and do it on the other side. And just line that up. Now these are not sticky all the way. These ends lift up. It's just sticky down here. So, you know, watch what you're doing if you're using those kind of stickies. And then I'm going to use this pretty little stamp that came with the Paper Pumpkin kit. I don't know why I couldn't get that out. That's so weird. Okay, and I am going to just stamp it up, and then I'm going to stamp it down here, and then I'm going to stamp off, which I don't really want to do on that. So hold on one second. I need a scrap, because I don't have my wiping. Whoops, hold on, I'm about to knock over a chair that has stuff balancing on it. Okay. Because I don't want it to get this messy, because I don't have my cleaner ready, which was dumb of me. But I'm going to stamp this one down here. And then I can stamp another one up here and another one up here. Oh, I should have done it down here on the bottom. Darn. And then there we go. So now I've just got a bunch of those little flowers, and I should have done it down here too. I'm kind of mad at myself for not thinking of that. Duh. All right. So I don't think this will wipe as well. Oh, it did. Good. Yay. Because it's still so hard. This is the other nice thing, is that you can slide things underneath. Did you guys see my video where I showed, it's actually on my other desk, where I put my silicone mat underneath and was able to slide it in and out? I was doing that by holding the camera, and I was trying to hold the camera and talk and move the thing, and I noticed that I kept moving over to show the mat and not so much the silicone mat that I was sliding. So I apologize for that. Okay, so now I'm going to put the love on here. I am going to just leave it plain. I think that's what I'm going to do. It came out darker than I thought, so that's going to go there. And I think I might do the love. Nope, too busy. Okay, I am going to do the love on there. I think I'm going to put dimensionals on it. Now, dimensionals are not going to want to fit on there very well. So I'm grabbing my tiny ones. And I may have to trim some to get this to fit right. Let me see. Yeah, even that's too big. So I am going to trim. There's a half of one. Let's see. I don't even think these will fit. But you know what? This is the cool thing about these dimensionals, is you just keep, you know, cutting them. You cut them to make them fit. And then, I know this is the boring part, so talk amongst yourself. I can see that there's people on here watching, but I don't see people commenting, unless it's just not showing up on my tablet, which is certainly possible with the way my tablet works. It just doesn't always want to let me know. So if someone could try to say hi or say something, that would be appreciated. I'll stand up in a minute and see if there's any chatter that I'm just not seeing. All right, so I've cut a bunch of tiny little pieces of dimensionals. Now, when you do this, it's hard, you know, the little flicky thing I do where I poke it and I grab the dimensional bases off. It's a little harder to do. Oh, hi, Linda. Thank you for letting me know that it's working. Cool. And you see the delay because that just popped up for me. So I don't know how long ago you said hello, but there's a definite delay with my tablet. So I'm going to set that right there. And then I think I'll pop this up too. So I'm going to grab my bigger dimensionals and pop this up. I love dimensionals. You know, when I first started doing Stampin' Up, we were all crazy people, and we literally would, you know, you didn't get your stamps pre-cut. You had to cut them. They came on a sheet and you cut them out as you saw fit, right? We used to cut them and save that rubber and peel the backing off and use them as dimensionals. I had a whole bag of them at one point, and I finally said, no, we have dimensionals now. I'm not working that hard. So there you go. There's my second card. It's already really busy, so I'm not going to add any gems to this one. Oh, that's crooked. Let me try to straighten that out while the adhesive is still giving. Okay, hang on. I think that's better. It's hard to know. But anyway, there's the second card. So you see we've got, what did I do with it? Oh, here it is, over here. So these two came from one of the cards from Paper Pumpkin. So there you go. All right. All right. So now before I move on to another one, I just want to show you. I wanted to use all my pieces. So I grabbed my Softly Sophisticated bundle. This is from Celebration. This is the one that comes with the stamps and this awesome embossing folder. I love this embossing folder, and I know with Celebration it's not going to come out in the catalog. At least they haven't, like, sometimes they'll put an asterisk. I haven't seen that. Love it, love it, love it. But this is for $100 order. You can choose this really cool stamp set, and it is two-step. This looks weird, but it's because these flowers can go on here, and these, and oh no, these go here, these go here, these go here, and they're beautiful. And and it's got great sentiments. So as you see, I've got the hello there, and I'm trying to remember if I grabbed another one from this. I don't think so, but let me show you this is me using up pieces, and you can see this is just some basic white that I did that die with, or that folder. And I left the little pieces of the pre-die cuts. I did the hello there, which is from that stamp set. And I used the hello there again, and I just used up little pieces and then did the background there. So fun, right? I love this card. I love it. I don't know why. I just think it's really cool. So anyway, I wanted to show you those. I will post pictures of that kind of stuff. All right, so now here's another one. I was like desperate. I had one card left, and I'm like, what am I going to do with it? So I did a piece of ribbon on top of some cardstock, and I stamped the just a note to lift you up, because sometimes you just need a little note. And I did use one of the labels, but I trimmed it down, and then I cut the little dovetail in it. So that's super simple. And the stamp comes from Hot Air Balloon, just a note to lift you. This is also in the mini, and it is a bundle. It's actually a suite too. I mean, there's ribbon and DSP, and I want to say, oh, it's DSP Baker's Twine, and there might be some dots with it, I think, possibly. All right, so now I am going to make another card using that sentiment, that same sentiment. And here are the pieces for that. So it's almost going to be the same, but not quite. So I am going to stamp this image, this sentiment, onto this piece. This is one of the labels. There we go. And close that again. I'm not cleaning my stamps very quickly, am I? It's because I should have wet my pad and I forgot. That doesn't sound good, does it? Should have wet my pad. That's not good. So I'm going to glue this under here like this. That's why I left it near the bottom. But I want to trim it off. And I'm just eyeballing it. You can use your trimmer, but I'm just going to eyeball it. I've got a lot of junk in the way, don't I? And I'm going to use, you can use your tape runner or your awesome and amazing liquid glue, which is everybody's BFF. This is another reason why I love this glass mat. I can set this on here and find a straight line, and then I can set this and find out how to center it and go for a straight line here also, which I believe is there. So that should be nice and straight now. And then I just decided I'm just going to grab a little bit of a leaf and set it on here like so. Okay. Nothing fancy pantsy about this one either. It's just going to be super super duper simple. So I'm just putting some little dots. You can use glue dots if you prefer. And I'm just using some because I know that there's going to be overhang on this. Like that. And then you can glue this down flat, or you can use dimensionals, which is what I'm going to do. Hey, Brenda, how are you? Glad you caught me live. Where are my minis again? There. Okay. I'm going to use minis and regulars on this. I'm using extra because I want this to stay stable. I was going to put some minis on here, but I think I'm going to let them float. I'm going to let them go ahead and float, and I'm not going to worry about whether or not they're stuck down. When you do something like that, just be careful when you put it in the envelope so that you're not bending it when you put it in the envelope, and it'll come out just fine for whoever receives it. Thought I missed a couple. And super simple again. Super simple. I think I'm gonna put some gems on this one just because it is a little bit fancier than the other one. So I am just going to put them onto this little lavender strip, which was part of the paper pumpkin kit. No, I don't like that. They're too far away. They look weird. That's a little better. And then one over here. So just a few little gems on that one. Super, super simple, right? All right. So now I'm going to use my Memento Black on this next card. And this one is going to be a little bit fun again. I'm trying to remember everything I'm doing with these. It's so hard. So again, I'm folding it backwards. I'm folding it onto itself. So you wanted to give it a good fold like that. And then I'm folding it back to the edge. Oh yeah, you would have a snow day. Not that it really snowed much, at least here in Farmington Hills, but our schools were closed also. So now we've got that, right? And so it's like a fun fold. Now I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to adhere it to the inside. This is what you'll write something fun to your friend on. And this is another one of those fun pieces that's got the lavender foil. So pretty. And I'm going to push this pretty much right up to the fold. Like that. So that it doesn't stick out too far. So now we've got that. So what you're going to see is I'm going to put this on here. Like that. So I'm going to put adhesive just on the one side. Like so. And then line it up like that. So now you've got a fun fold, right? So I'm going to hold this down for a minute. And then I'm going to play with all of these pieces. And I think I have a sentiment from that. You know what? I'm going to use this one that I didn't use before. Just Hello Friend. And I'm going to put it up here in this corner. And this is from last month's. I knew it was from last month's, but I couldn't remember for sure. Last month's Paper Pumpkin, if you guys remember. And remember I said they coordinate, so why not? Why not use all these sentiments? Are just so pretty. I really, really love them. And I'm going to set that just right up there. Press. There we go. We have a nice Hello Friend. Now this can hold it down. Yes, I see that it's crooked. Shh, don't say anything. Now I'm going to snip this off because I'm not going to be using that little piece there. And I'm going to just start adding layers onto the front of this card. You can decide, do you want it to float? Some people don't like them to float. And I can see that if I were to stick it up there, it would cover up my hello friend. So I'm going to kind of do it at an angle towards the bottom. And I'm just going to use my glue dots. And I see also that these pieces right here are hanging over. So I'm going to avoid those, but I'll get everything near them. Okay. And just little dots. It doesn't have to be a lot, just enough to kind of hold it for you. Because there's going to be other, now I do want this to have some adhesive on it. It does. Okay, cool. All right, now picking it up. All right, so now again, I'm going down into this corner at the fold so that I don't cover up my hello friend. And there we go. Then I'm going to put another one here like that. And this one is completely on the paper, so I can put adhesive anywhere I want on it. Definitely getting the tails. I don't always worry about the tails, but these tails are so thin that I think they need the attention to keep them pretty. So there. Notice I'm not pressing down those yet, because I'm going to take this little guy, and I haven't completely decided, but I think I might tuck him, her, it in there. Like I care about the gender of a flower. I know there are genders to flowers. I am aware. But now I can stick that in there because I want it to go over and under. So I kind of wanted to play with it a little bit, like so. To see how it's a little bit over some of those leaves. Super simple again. And of course, we're going to add some fun bling to, oh, I had another piece. I think I will add it. Why not? Hopefully that wasn't for another card design that's sitting over here. I don't think so though. Now I'm just going to put a dot on the stem because I know it's going to hang off like that. And then just snip. Okay, it's already pretty, don't you think? I think it's already pretty. You guys are so quiet today. Are you so cold that you just don't know what to say? What's going on? Quiet, quiet in the house. Oh, I saw a love. Thank you for that. So there we go. It is calming. You're right, Adam. So there you go. Simple little card with a good place for you to write. Okay. You could have put, you know, I could have put more flowers like out here, but I chose not to. I just think I kind of like the way this looks. So I hope you guys like that one. So thanks, Adam. All right. Now, here's another simple card. I'm using the same thing, but I'm going to use it right this time. These cards are made to be cut in half and used with other colors and use them as matting and stuff. They are, but I'm just using them as regular this time. And that is going to go on there, and the love is going to go on there. So here's the thing with this one. Again, pretty simple, but I'm going to hold it in place because this stamp from the set says a little something for you, but I just want the word you. That was my sticky note to remind me of what I was doing. So I'm going to find the word you, and I'm just going to color it in with my marker. This is Gorgeous Grape, just like the ink. Then I'm going to line it up and hope it's straight. Press that down. Then I have the U. So now I can adhere this down with my adhesive. Again, super simple. I'm not going crazy, you guys. I'm making a lot of cards for you guys as alternates for your paper pumpkins, but I'm not going nuts with them. I love cards with polka dots because you can like see if you're straight or not. It's kind of awesome. All right. And then even the love, I'm not going to add dimensionals this time. I'm just going to go ahead and adhere it. And then this card will say, love you. Again, you can send this for Valentine or just as a note that says, love you. And I like how the E in love pops up enough so that you get the U right in line with the love. And of course, because it's so simple, we're gonna want to add bling, right? So I'm gonna use 3 right here. I'm gonna start under the O, and I'm using the dark ones on purpose. You know what? Yeah, well, that's what I'm gonna do. This way I am highlighting the U in the love U. Oops. So there you go. Super simple love you card, which again, any occasion, I think. All right. I have a couple more cards to make. I think I do. I do. All right. So now I saved all these pieces so that I could remember that I trimmed. I have one of the little labels out here. And I trimmed this to 4 by 5 1/4, and I am not popping out the little bookmark, and it does have a hole in it. So I have to be careful for your twine. So I have to be careful because I don't want to lose that. So I'm going to start with my Gorgeous Grape cardstock here, which is going to be the base. All of the cards in the kit, by the way, are white inside. And then remember I said I don't always decorate, but I am going to decorate this card on the inside. This is one of the pieces. These are all the pieces that I used when I trimmed off this piece over here. So I'm going to use that, but I'm going to glue these pieces into the front of the, or inside of the card. Like so. And I don't think that third one was to go in here, but maybe it is. I don't think it's for the front because the front is pretty busy. But I'm going to hold off putting it on the inside just in case. Let me think for a minute here, you guys. That's going to go on there. That's going to go on there. This would be too much. Yep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this piece down first. Again, this was cut off. This is how crazy I am. I save all my trim. It is a fact. Does anybody else do that? Does anybody else save little pieces like this for specifically this kind of a purpose? So I can line that up there and then line it up here. Scoot it over. There we go. And then I'm going to put this one over the top of it. I'm going to move it down a little bit, and I'm going to do that. Okay? And then I'll just trim it off. So there we go. Then you get a pretty inside of your card too. And I think sometimes that's kind of fun to do, don't you? So I have to clean off my scissors because they're getting adhesive on them. Do you guys know the best way to clean your scissors? You use the hand sanitizer, and it will help you remove adhesive from your scissors, from your Stampin' Blocks, from pretty much anything. Germs off your hands. So look how pretty that is on the inside of the card. Isn't that just pretty? I like it. And whoever gets this will be very pleased with it. So now I'm going to just do the front, super simple again with this. But here's the thing. I want to be sure that I get this dot covered so it doesn't pop out. I want to make sure that I get this bookmark so it doesn't come out. And then I'm going to kind of do my edges and kind of, I just really don't want that bookmark to pop out. You could make it so it can pop out and then the person can have the card and the bookmark. But that's not what I'm doing. It's a cool idea though. I just didn't think of it till just now when I covered it with adhesive. So there. But now see, I don't have to worry. And with this modeled design, you can't even tell that that is supposed to come out. So then we've got the sentiment here. And I am going to use this sentiment that I used with the marker onto this nice little die cut label. Pardon my head, you guys. It says a little something for you. And I'm going to put that up with dimensionals. How many of you do paper pumpkin? Yep, hand sanitizer is definitely awesome. Oh, it's so quiet. And I keep looking up to see what you guys are saying, and it's, you guys are so quiet. All right. Now I'm just going to set this over here. I'm going to add just a little bit of bling. A couple of these little ones here up in this corner. Like so. And then one of the big ones. Right. Let's go put it with them. So there you go. Another fun little card alternative for you, for your paper pumpkin. You know, you want to get the most out of your paper pumpkin that you can. And don't forget, I posted earlier today that if you were to pre-order your paper pumpkins, I know paper pumpkin is awesome. Thank you, Linda. If you pre-order your paper pumpkins during celebration, the 3, 6, 12-month ones, you get celebration points because you're buying bulk, basically. Not all, like you're not going to get 12 of one. You get one a month or whatever. Okay. So the next one I'm going to be doing uses a stamp from the Beautiful Expressions stamp set, and I'm going to be using this one, Enjoy Your Day, but I used the Where in the World Would I Be Without You with the Painted Lavender set, which coordinates beautifully with last month, this month, and next month's Paper Pumpkin. And I did this card. So this was the same piece that I trimmed down for this card, but I popped out the bookmark and I stamped on, it's basic white, it's thick basic white. So I stamped on that. Believe it or not, this is full strength lavender or gorgeous grape. And then second generation is the light. Oh, I miss having nails. The light. And then this color here, this sort of reddish color, is Berry Burst. It's one of the colors that matches, and it's also one of the colors in these gems that I'm using, which are part of the suite. This piece is actually one of the in color shiny ribbons. I'm wondering if you guys can see that, but I colored it with a blends marker to get it the darker color that I wanted. And you guys know how to do that. You just take the brush and brush it over your ribbons, and it's going to color it. And then, of course, a little bling. So that's another idea for you. Using the Painted Lavender set, I used this one right here to make this background. And the Sentiment Thoughtful Expressions. There are some beautiful sets in the current mini. Okay. This is my last card, I believe it is. Yep. Again, just going to use the card as is. And then I am going to put pieces together. Again, easy peasy lemon squeezy card, because I couldn't let these go to waste. I just could not. So I had to come up with ways to use them all. And I didn't want to make all the cards exactly as Stampin' Up! Says. So that is why I am doing it this crazy way. So this time I'm going to go ahead and keep this on here because I know it's going to be covered. There's my glue. And I'm going to put dots in places. Again, these frilly, I love these frilly die cut out pieces. I go a little crazy with putting dots of glue on them though. Seriously. That's probably why they sent glue dots. So I am going to set this one so that it is off and leaning that way. Then again, I'm using this lighter one that's kind of a pool party color. I wouldn't call it a perfect pool party, but it's kind of a pool party color. I'll put that right there. I kind of want to get it to where it's not where the other leaves are too much. Except now it's over a stem. There we go. And then lastly, this one. Again, like I said, this is another super simple card. I'm either squeezing not hard enough or too hard with my adhesive today. So there we go. Now I am going to stamp Enjoy Your Day, and I'm doing that in the Tuxedo Black Memento ink. Oops. And then I am going to, I hate doing these things on camera, but I'm doing it. I am going to make the attempt to cut this out as if I had a die to cut it out perfectly, but I do not. So when you're doing something like this, you need to just be patient and let it flow. I am not a huge fussy cutter. Sometimes I do it because there's a DSP or something that I feel like I have got to fussy cut this little object out. But for the most part, give me a die or a punch and I am much happier with things. So we will see how this turns out. It's quite possible you're going to see me throw this piece of cardstock in the air and start over. Anything could happen here on a live at Carrie's Tiny Tip Tuesday. That's how it works with me. So far, I've gotten through the hard part. So yay. And these are pretty straight. Not that I cut straight. I don't. And then, boom. Okay. Not bad. Yay me. Woohoo. Okay, so Linda, I'm wondering, did you order, I didn't look, did you order the little dies that go with these three? I know you can find it on my website. but I couldn't tell you offhand what they are. All right, so now I'm going to try to set this in the center as best I can. There we go. I could have stamped right onto this piece, but I really wanted it to stand out a little bit. Is it perfect? No. If you're getting a card from me and you're looking for perfection, you're going to wait a long time. Oh, bummer. I'm sorry you missed it. Okay, so there we go. I think it's kind of fun when they make dies for Paper Pumpkin. They don't do a lot of them because not everybody wants them. Like, for instance, I didn't. But a lot of people do. So, I don't know. It's a cool idea, though. So now I'm going to put this on here, and I want to make sure that I cover that little, this piece here. And I want to kind of center it before I press it down. And of course, add some bling to it. I'm going to stick with the lavenders and not the... I'm going to use some of these big ones because I have a lot of the big ones. So I like to use up... I try to be even Steven with stuff, but I'm just not. Do I want it there? Or do I want it there? I'll put it there. So there you go. So those are my cards. I'm just kind of making room so I can lay some more out for you guys. I see I can go all the way over here. And there's one I didn't make on camera. Whoops. Again, if you want to shop, MemoryINKers.com. My hostess code for August 2024, 4, Z as in zebra, M as in Michael, B as in boy, F as in Frank, H as in Henry, W as in Wayne, 4. So, this was my fun fold. And then these here. So I've got all of these, and then there's the 3 from Stampin' Up. Oh, I have extras here. I did this one too. I forgot. Running out of space here. So I'm going to set that one over here. And then this one was one I did also. Extra. We're going to cover that one. This was Stampin' Up. This one was Stampin' Up. And then the bookmark. It fell. I don't know where it is. But then the bookmark. So, there you go, you guys. That's this month's Paper Pumpkin. Please note, this is such an easy way to make a fun fold, you guys. It's just so super simple. And I think everybody loves a fun fold. So, thanks again for watching. Oh, here's the bookmark. Yay, I found it. And I will see you guys again soon. Have a blessed and wonderful day. Stay warm. If you can stay home and off the streets, that might be best right now, at least here in Michigan. All right, see ya. Bye.